Agatha Christie, Michael Connolly, Raymond Chandler. All these authors have one thing in common. They're known for writing really good crime and law enforcement novels, and now there's a local name to add to that list. A man who has decades of experience behind the badge, and he joins us now. I want to welcome the author himself, Barry Andrews. Barry, thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to chatting with
Yes.
you.
Yeah, so now you have a very interesting and exciting background in law enforcement and have even taught at Quantico. Tell us a little bit about your experience.
I was a former policeman, and then I spent 21 years as the executive director of an organization called Police Training Institute, which was a nonprofit that trained nationally. And that's where I got the opportunity of my lifetime to teach at the FBI Academy on the Quantico Marine Base at Quantico, Virginia.
That is incredible. So given this background, you write about law enforcement. Talk about this latest book, The Police Chief.
The Police Chief, which I happen to have a copy of right here, this has an interesting story in and of itself. The picture on it is a 1960 police cadet uniform from Cincinnati. The person wearing it retired on the anniversary of his 50th year in law enforcement as the police chief of the University of Cincinnati, Gene Ferrara.
So what do you think people find so interesting about novels involving law enforcement?
Law enforcement is a genre that nobody can explain. You have to have been there. You have to have done it. What I tried to do was three things. I wanted it to be fast-paced. I wanted it to be easy to read, and I wanted it to be informative. So it explains what the standard is, the legal standard for police use of force. It explains things that are unique to Cincinnati. The first book, The New Recruit, has the Delhi skirt game in it. The second book has the pig, the run. The fourth book has the original year of Riverfest and what it took to set up the security for that operation.
So, and you also have a fifth one coming out as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
The fifth one is called The Old Recruit, and Channel 9 watchers will understand it from The Rookie. However, I have to say my book was started before the television show. It's a 42-year-old man who is a vice president of a bank working the day of the Fifth Third shootout in downtown Cincinnati. He looks out the window overlooking Fountain Square and he sees police cars and policemen running and says, I need a career change. So you get to follow him taking the same tests the 20-year-olds take, and he follows through his career.
What a very fascinating and interesting perspective as well. So if people want to pick up one of your novels or connect with you, how can they do that, Barry?
rbarryandrews.com. My books are available on Barnes & Noble, on Amazon, the Book Loft of German Village in Columbus. My fifth book will be out September 1. It's going to be interesting. What I try to do is just keep people interested, give them answers to questions, and write in a style that they haven't seen before.
Awesome. And Barry, thank you so much for taking the time today.
And thank you for having me. Have a great morning.
You too. Mona?